that advice is always prevalent everywhere you turn. Everybody advises
Yeah,
you not to use
my,
the
my
same or similar passwords. We're exactly the
my
same.
constant mantra.
Yeah, but doing it in practice is another question, isn't it? And
Indeed.
it doesn't have to be a sophisticated solution. I think the outcome is the important thing, that you use different passwords and significantly different passwords wherever you can. But there are all ways of going about it. And I use a password manager, and I can remember the first time I used one, which was about 6 or 7 years ago. The idea of not knowing what my passwords were just made me feel really, really uncomfortable. I just kind of didn't get it to start with, and kind of tentatively started shifting my accounts over to a password manager that then generated its own strong password. But I had no idea signing into Amazon or to, the news websites what my password was. And that I can remember feeling was really, really uncomfortable at the time. I didn't really know why I was doing it. I thought it was the right thing to do. But you don't have to go all that way and throw something into a password manager where you don't know what the password is. I guess, I've suggested and customers and friends and family, to be honest, have taken the advice that if it works for them, writing passwords down in a little black book somewhere, as long as they are significantly different from each other, um, you know, in some ways that's even more secure because it's offline. Nobody can hack
Well,
into that.
well, so long as you don't keep the little black book under your keyboard at work.
Yes. Or lose. If you've got a habit of losing little black books, then
Also, that would be a problem.
yeah.
But I think the current best advice is, instead of using what we've kind of been trained over the years to of gradual incremental change, which is, first you had to use a password, then you had to use a password with a special character and a
Yeah.
number and a capital. Now
Yeah.
you have to use the same but longer. And so over that process, we've kind of been trained to use, for instance, your dog's name 23456 exclamation mark. And that the sort of revised advice is now to not use a password like that, but to use a passphrase.
Hmm.
So the first line of a song or a poem, or something that's longer but easier to remember,
Mm.
is actually more secure and less crackable from a computational perspective. So yeah, now yeah, the line of your favorite song would be better than the number plate of your first car, for example.
Yeah.
Um,
And I read now we're going, more and more companies are operating without passwords and it's pass keys. Is that right?
it's gradually getting there, and multi-factor authentication is sort of taking over. So you get a push notification on your mobile phone, and you can authorize that, and then provide a skip face scan or a thumb scan or something as a biometric verification that you are you.
Yes.
And yeah, Google are starting to use that. Microsoft also, and hopefully, on the horizon is a glorious password-free future where none of us have to worry about these things, and technology takes care of the problem.